Hello 30-2s. Here is a quick video on using your Casio calculator to do a regression. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sinusoidal regression. Now, even if you're not at this unit, don't worry. The steps will all be the same, and I'll show you how we go through this right now. Okay, so first thing we're going to do when we're in a regression is we're going to go to stat. So it's number 2 there. And we're going to punch in our list. Now, remember, when you're letting your calculator do this, it's a line of best fit. We really need to be careful about putting our data in correctly. Unfortunately, if you put a couple pieces of data in incorrectly, you will then probably get the question wrong because your data will give you an equation that's too far out from the correct one. So what I would do on a test is I would take the time to verify all my data. So I'm just going to go through here and I'm going to keep inputting all this data. And it takes a minute, right? That's the thing. And especially with sinusoidal data, we have to give you so much so that your calculator knows that it's a sine wave that we're dealing with. So here we go. There it is. There's all my data. I've got it in. Like I said, I'm going to go check. So I just take a quick second just to go down my list. Doesn't take me long, especially on a diploma when I've got 6 hours to do it, right? Might as well take our time. Looks all good. Okay, so once that's in, on a Casio, you should see calc. It's at F2. So I hit F2, and then I go to REG, regression. And then, so in 30-2, sometimes you'll use X, that's linear. Sometimes you'll use X squared, quadratic. Sometimes you'll use X cubed, cubic. For now, I'm going to go sideways, so I'm going to hit my F6 button. And sometimes later in the course, we're going to use logs and exponentials. But for now, my friends, we're on sine, F4. So it gives us the equation, just like that. But now, friends, what's really, really important is this copy button here. So I hit F6 to copy. It shows that I'm putting it back in here, that I'm putting it in Y1. So I hit enter, just like that. And now I'm back to this screen. So hit exit or menu, go to your graph, and there's that equation. But one of the silly things about the Casio is almost like you have to activate it. So what I'm going to do is it's bolded in black. So I'm just going to hit sideways and then hit enter. And now I'll be able to draw this thing. Now, to draw this thing completely, well, I'm going to go to my window settings. And its time is my x coordinate, so that's 0. Max time, well, it goes to 1.5 seconds, so I'll go to 2. Oops. And then I'm going to go down to my y's. Well, this is a spring or something, so the lowest the spring gets to is 10. And the highest it gets to in the table is 50. And maybe I'll make my scale 5 or something. And then exit and draw, and there's our sine wave. So again, your steps, I'm going to go back through your steps. So you go back to menu, you go to stat, number 2, you input your data, then you go calc, F2, regression, F3, you find the regression that you're asked to do. It always tells you in the question. In this case, it's sine. Then I have to copy F6. It shows it to me. So if I hit enter, for some reason it brings me back here. I go to my menu, I go to my graph, and this is again where you almost have to activate it because it's in bold. If you hit draw, you might just get a condition error. And now I just hit enter, and now there's my graph. Okay, friends, there is how you do a regression on a Casio.